Good morning and welcome to CTV Morning Live, the end of the week just like that.
Yes.
It is Friday and we are so glad you are here joining us on the show on this Friday.
Yeah, we've got a great show planned for you, but we are going to talk about a disturbing story that we're following through the day today. Dozens of people are alleging that they were sexually assaulted at the Nordique Spa in Chelsea. We will tell you more details about that class action lawsuit in just a few minutes, but it is Friday, it is the morning. We want to see if we have another 5 days in a row beautiful day for us.
We do, so you can start smiling right now, especially when you see the forecast today. And guess what? Yesterday, the weekend wasn't looking so great. I can tell you it has changed. The weather is looking much better as we head into the weekend. Currently sitting at 9 degrees to start off your morning, so a little cool out there, but 22 into the afternoon, full sunshine on the way. I'll tell you how that weekend is shaping up, but first, our news headlines.
We are now hearing from the lead plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit against Le Nordique. She and dozens of other people allege they were sexually assaulted while they were there for massages. The woman, identified only as AB in court documents, went to the spa in December 2024. She alleges that, among other things, she was inappropriately touched by a male massage therapist. She alleges when he lifted the sheet to allow her to turn over, he made eye contact instead of turning away and forcefully threw a towel over her face. We spoke with the woman and have altered her voice to protect her identity. Here's what she had to say.
And I was like, did I just feel that? Is that really happening? Unfortunately, I froze. It's frustrating. I wish I would have jumped up and yelled or screamed or something, but I didn't. You know, what I would like to happen is, you know, for each of the victims to get compensation for what they've gone through, this stress.
In a statement, Le Nordique writes, it maintains a strict zero-tolerance policy with respect to any misconduct or inappropriate behavior by massage therapists practicing within its establishment, and that it's fully committed to adopting all measures reasonably available to ensure and preserve the safety, well-being, and trust of our clientele.
The new O-Train East extension will undergo a major performance test this weekend as OC Transpo is gearing up for the launch of the extension, possibly by the end of this year. OC Transpo will be conducting a key performance test in multiple practice scenarios. 23 double-car trains will operate the length of Line 1 and at all points east of Blair Station, which includes stops at Montreal, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, Place d'Orleans, and Trim stations.
There'll be a lot of testing this weekend where you've seen the train crawl along right now between the middle of the roadway on the 174. You're going to see it moving at 80 kilometers an hour. So this is good. Picking up speed like the whole project itself, even though it's a year and a half behind. We're getting near the final steps, and I think that's kind of critical.
OC Transpo says this weekend's performance test is the second of 4 milestones that must be successfully achieved to start the trial runs before they can officially launch service on that east extension.
We now know the 5 players who were at the center of the Hockey Canada sexual assault trial will be able to return to the NHL later this year. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Vermeten, and Carter Hart were acquitted in July of sexual assault charges stemming from an incident in 2018. Their suspensions from the league will end on December 1st. However, they will be able to sign with NHL teams as early as October 15th and can begin conditioning with a team as of November 15th.
The investigation into the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk is still ongoing, and now officials in Utah are showcasing a new video of a person of interest and asking the public for help in identifying them.
Upper building, he's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges and some places we're looking to collect DNA.
So seen there, the surveillance video shows a person wearing a hat, sunglasses, and a long sleeve black shirt running across the roof, climbing off the edge of the roof and dropping towards the ground. The suspect is believed to have fled into a neighborhood after firing one shot and has not yet been identified. Officials were saying this on Thursday. More than 4,000 transit users have been fined for not paying the ride to bus or train station as OC Transpo continues to crack down on fare evasion. A new report shows 4,059 tickets were handed out between January and August of this year, resulting in $1 million in fines. There are now 12 fare enforcement officers working on buses as well as the LRT.
An Ottawa City Councillor wants to reverse the return to office mandate for municipal public servants. Jeff Leeper says he will put forward a motion at the next council meeting, which, if passed, would direct the city manager to rescind the plan to end remote work. He says there has been little evidence that productivity has diminished while employees work from home. The majority of city employees are already working in the office 5 days a week. Canadian shoppers now have the opportunity to access their share of a $500 million settlement related to industry-wide allegations of price fixing on bread. The settlement involves Loblaw and parent company George Weston Limited. The claims process to get compensation is now open. Eligible Canadian residents who bought bread between 2001 and 2021 must submit a claim by December 12th of this year. Customers who didn't take a $25 Loblaw's gift card related to this case in 2018 could eventually receive up to that amount.
We are getting a sneak peek of a holiday film set right here in Ottawa.
Sarah, explore the city. Find your Christmas mojo.
My Christmas mojo?
It's hard not to say.
Ottawa Tourism released the trailer of the upcoming holiday rom-com called Magic on Set. It is a short film about a woman named Sarah who struggles to find her Christmas spirit until an Ottawa resident named David helps show her the magic of the city.
It will be released on YouTube in December, and there are some special guest appearances, including musician, the one and only Jamie Fine, and our very own Stefan Keys.
Yay! I can't wait. I remember when he was busy on set going from our show to the set to film this movie.
Nice.
So I'm so excited to see it. And even just seeing all those Ottawa landmarks like the canal, Château Laurier, it's just so cool. It's so special.
Ottawa, yes, I
Yeah.
love it.
It's such a brilliant shot too, like when you get that, like sometimes even we forget like how cool it is to see that canal shot in like a
beautiful.
cinematic frame.
Yeah, and a lot of times when other movies are shot here, they pretend it's in like a different place, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not Ottawa, it's like, oh, we're in Fisherville, Kentucky or something like that, where this one is actually Ottawa, which is so cool.
Very nice. I love that shot, like you said, Will, of the canal, people skating. It's wintertime, it's beautiful, but today we're not talking about skating on the canal. We're talking about yet another beautiful day.
No icy conditions just yet, no snow in the forecast, nothing but pure sunshine, and the summer weather continues today. And I can tell you, the weekend looking much better today than it was yesterday at this point. So the weekend forecast has changed from yesterday. Clear and cool start to your morning. We will see that sunshine and warm conditions into the afternoon. Then as we head into the weekend, still some showers, but also a lot of sunshine on the way. Temp sitting at 9 degrees, so it is a cooler start to your morning, but we're kind of used to that. Single digits to start the day off. It's crisp when you go into work, but then hot when you leave work. 4 degrees in Kemptville, 3 only in Cornwall, 4 as well in the Valley this morning, as well as in Maniwaki. So we're not doing too bad sitting at 9 degrees, considering it's much cooler in other places. Nice and clear to start off your morning, so hardly any clouds in sight to start off your day. Pure sunshine in the forecast for us on the Friday, but then we will start to see this increase of cloudiness tonight. This is around 10 p.m., so shortly before midnight and after is when we're really going to start to see cloudier conditions, which means tomorrow morning when you wake up, a much cloudier day in the forecast for us. And then late in the morning, early afternoon, there is a chance we could see some scattered showers. So you'll see those little blobs of green popping up on your screen. So some scattered showers, but very, very quick showers, not a complete wash throughout your Saturday as well. So we will still get to see some sunshine pop through those clouds as well. So not a bad looking weekend forecast for us, and temps will be really, really hot as well. 22 degrees is your high for today, so still a little bit above that norm into the afternoon. The UV index sitting at 6, so we're still seeing a strong UV index into the afternoon. 7-day forecast, it's going to be a beautiful one next week. 22 is your high for today. 10 is the overnight low as we head into tomorrow. That's the day we could see that mixture, a little bit cloudier, but still some sunshine. Then, of course, a few scattered showers as well. Once we get through Saturday, Sunday, and through next week, beautiful temperatures, way above seasonal as we head into next week. So the beautiful summer weather continues and lots more sunshine on the way. On your roads this hour, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and it is an easy drive in so far. No issues or collisions to report. Transit users, just a reminder, don't forget the O train will be down tomorrow and Sunday as testing gets underway on the Eastern Extension.
New data shows trips between Canada and the U.S. were down in August for the 7th straight month in a row. Here's CTV's Pat Foran with more on people choosing to explore their own country.
Many Canadians changed their summer vacation plans to avoid crossing the U.S. border and instead opted to spend their tourism dollars in their home country. A Canadian travel survey by Angus Reid, sponsored by Moneris, found 26% of Canadians changed, postponed, or canceled their U.S. travel plans. That was good news for Canadian hotels, restaurants, and other businesses.
Domestic tourism as a spending vehicle to drive the economy is enormous.
The survey found that 30% of Canadians decided to travel to other provinces, while 44% decided to travel within their own province. The shift towards spending tourism dollars domestically helps boost the Canadian economy by millions of dollars a day.
When you think about businesses in Canada and merchants in Canada, tourism is so important to what they do.
Year-over-year interprovincial spending across Canada increased by 5%. The Territories increased 10%, Alberta 9%, and Saskatchewan increased 6%.
This is great news, and we're just very, very thankful to the Canadians who took this step, and they really talked with their actions.
Royal Roads University, a school of tourism and hospitality, says their industry in Canada is thriving with skilled workers needed in many areas. It says the American tourism market has seen a major decline, not just in individual travel, but also for conferences and school trips. Until political tensions with the U.S. eases, it's expected Canadians will continue to explore different regions of the country and spend their money here.
Well done, Canada. Well done for just behaving in a way that just really supports, who we are. We want to really support our local economies, and you saw that this year.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Today in the social room, we are asking you, how often do you order food delivery? Let us know. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. Is it like once a week, every day of the week? We want to know. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. And Melissa telling us it's going to be another beautiful day. 6:12. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ottawa.
Hey.
CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video, upload it at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
Welcome back, everybody. The Ottawa Red Blacks. We are Family Game. You know what? It's coming up, and CTV Morning Live wants you to be there to take in all the action at our home spot at TD Place. We have your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Ottawa Red Blacks take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The game is September 20th. Going to be a game and a day that you don't want to miss. Now, how do you get those tickets or the potential? Head over to ctvottawa.ca right now and enter for your chance to win your way in. Good luck to all.
Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Here's what you need to know right now. O Train Line 1 will be offline this weekend, the entire stretch out of commission, so the East Extension can go through testing.
In our forecast this morning, lots of sunshine on the way this morning into your afternoon. 22 degrees is your high later on today. A gorgeous Friday in the forecast. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. So far, an easy drive ahead for this hour. No issues, no collisions to report. Transit users, just a reminder that the line 1 of the O train will be down tomorrow and Sunday as testing gets underway for the Eastern Extension.
Dozens of people are suing the Spa Nordique in Chelsea, Quebec, alleging they were sexually assaulted during a spa services, the popular attraction near the capital. Now, we're going to check in right now with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA to hear what he has to say about this. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning, Rosie. As an athlete, you must have had 1,000 massages in your life, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You ever feel uncomfortable?
I'm trying to think of it. No.
Because I felt uncomfortable even in a massage. And I'm surprised that we haven't already seen changes in this area. Because how many other times do you have two people who are strangers alone in a room with so much potential for something to be either misinterpreted or something to actually happen? Oftentimes, you're not wearing any clothes underneath a blanket, sometimes very little clothing underneath a blanket. The nature of what's happening in the room requires physical touching, and physical touching that can get very close to private parts. Everybody's perception of where the private part begins or ends, you know, how deep into the thigh or the hip could you massage before someone starts to feel it's a little too intimate. And some of these allegations are pretty clear where, okay, that definitely should not happen in a massage, if true. But I do think there's a lot of gray area as well. And I wonder if going forward, we're going to see a point where it's going to be very difficult to have a massage alone in a room with a perfect stranger. I had one, it's probably 15 years ago. I had some back problems. My wife booked it for me and said, surprise, go there in an hour. I've already got it all set up. She'd been at the spa for something else. And I got there, and this very small woman, she was 5 feet tall, maybe 90 pounds. In order to get any pressure, she would actually climb up. You're lying on your face. She would actually climb up, both legs straddling me, sitting on my back to perform the massage. And I thought, you know, you're looking down, and I don't see her feet anymore. I think I feel her on top of me with her entire weight. It was very bizarre. And the massage ended with her massaging my neck and shushing me like you would a baby. It was the strangest thing. I came home and said to my wife, the weirdest massage I've ever had. And I felt uncomfortable. I never felt in danger, though, because she weighed 90 pounds and I could have defended myself. That's not always the case. Sometimes you're in a room with someone who's much bigger and stronger. It could overpower you, or things happen so fast, you're kind of freaked out. You're sort of imagining or think you're imagining what's going on here. So, yeah, this could be something that changes the way massages are performed all across the country. It'll be very interesting to watch how these allegations unfold.
Yeah, it's an extremely intimate setting, and like you said, I'm in agreement with that. I think that we're probably going to start to see some changes, especially with that many people coming forward saying that they felt that they were sexually assaulted during a massage at the spa. We'll have to see what happens.
There are some examinations now the doctors won't do without a third person in the room to just be there to witness it. But so, I mean, that's as far as I've heard, that happens routinely in a gynecologist's office, that there's someone else in the room. That someone else in the room could also make you feel uncomfortable depending on who you are. So, yeah, it's a very touchy area, pun intended.
Pun intended. Bill, have yourself a great weekend and a great show.
You too.
You can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. Now let's check out TSN's must-see moment.
Hey there, Lindsay Hamilton inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. We are taking a trip to Lambeau Field for this one. It is Thursday night football. You got the Commanders and Packers, and look at this from Jordan Love. Airs it out to Malik Heath, and he comes down with the catch. Now, it looked like he was out of bounds in the play, but look at the toe. Keeps that foot in bounds. 37-yard gain by Heath, and he earns your must-see moment from Thursday. Meanwhile, today on TSN, more football. Yes, it is a doubleheader in the CFL. First up, you got the Bombers and Ticats. That is followed up by the Red Blacks and Lions. It all begins at 6 p.m. Central Time across the TSN network. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Enjoy the football and have a fantastic Friday.
Welcome
Coming up, we will hear from food researcher Sylvain Charlebois about just how much Canadians are using food delivery apps like Uber Eats and DoorDash.
So today in the social room, we are asking you, how often do you order food for delivery? Let us know. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. Excited to join that conversation. Rosie, Will, do you guys order out a lot?
I'm laughing. It's basically never.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically never. I absolutely love to cook.
Okay.
My kitchen's like a mess half the time because I really do cook. Like, I have to clean, you know, in your stove, you have that grate upstairs, you know, with the fan.
Yeah.
Mine gets greasy because I like cook that much.
nice.
And so I go, oh, time to clean it all.
Yeah.
I absolutely, like, I watch a cooking shows, I'm like,
I can make that.
add a little garlic in there. Okay. So I think I'm an anomaly, though.
Okay.
I think the majority of people order out quite often, and I know that I'm the opposite. So that's me.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, like I'm someone that I like to cook a lot of my own food too, and I feel like, especially like over the years, I have definitely used the apps in the past, especially on like football Sundays or after a very large night out with friends.
Yes.
Right.
But now it's, you know, even last night's a perfect example. I was at this golf tournament all day, and then it's so easy on the way home to just pick up something. I didn't have dinner, it was getting to our bedtime.
Yes.
But it takes 5-10 minutes, and then I got home, I cooked my meat and rice potatoes, and there it was in 10-15 minutes. So if you can get away from the concept of it's so convenient, because after the price, after the time, the cold food, really, it's not that big of a difference, and then you get to eat your own food. But I can see in circumstances when maybe it's a little bit easier to just order.
We get into the habit of, we load our cart. We're like, we don't order out very often either, but we do add it into the cart. And then when I look at the price and I'm like, $145. I can't justify that. And then we look and we're like, okay, so a package of chicken breast is $20. It could feed us for 2 meals. I just can't justify the cost right now.
Yeah, that's a question in our social room this morning. Come on, be honest. How often do you order food delivery? Let us know. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca.
Welcome back, everybody, and happy Friday!
We made it!
We made it, and it's been an awesome week so far. You know, we have a great lineup of shows. We continue with our Auto Week 2. We got a really nice, crisp car that's coming through the back lot, which has been really fun. And weather-wise, we've had, and Rosie and I were kind of having a little bit of a chat when you were over there. It looks like next week, climbing back up into the maybe high 20s.
Mid to high 20s for most of the week. Like, next week is almost at this point shaping up to be even nicer than this week, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I'll take it.
Gorgeous week, right?
Nobody on this table will complain about warmer temperatures.
No, we're just seeing beautiful conditions. And even today, the mornings are not so bad if it's crisp, because you know it's going to be warm into the afternoon. We'll take those crisp, cool mornings for a sunny, warm afternoon, and that's what we're seeing today. Currently sitting at 8 degrees. I'll tell you how warm it'll get this afternoon and how your weekend is looking, but right now, our news headlines.
Thank you, Melissa. We are now hearing from the lead plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit against Le Nordique. She and dozens of other people allege they were sexually assaulted while they were there for massages. The woman, identified only as AB in court documents, went to the spa in December 2024. She alleges that, among other things, she was inappropriately touched by a male massage therapist. She alleges when she lifted the sheet to allow her to turn over, he made eye contact instead of turning away and forcefully threw a towel over her face. We spoke with the woman and have altered her voice to protect her identity. Here's what she had to say.
And I was like, did I just feel that? Is that really happening? Unfortunately, I froze. It's frustrating. I wish I would have jumped up and yelled or screamed or something, but I didn't. You know, what I would like to happen is, you know, for each of the victims to get compensation for what they've gone through, the stress.
In a statement, Le Nordique writes, it maintains a strict zero-tolerance policy with respect to any misconduct or inappropriate behavior by massage therapists practicing within its establishment, and that it's fully committed to adopting all measures reasonably available to ensure and preserve the safety, well-being, and trust of our clientele.
The new O-Train East extension will undergo a major performance test this weekend as OC Transpo is gearing up for the launch of the extension, possibly by the end of this year. OC Transpo will be conducting a key performance test in multiple practice scenarios. 23 double-car trains will operate the length of Line 1 and at all points east of Blair Station, which includes stops at Montreal, Jean d'Arc, Convent Glen, Place d'Orleans, and Trim stations.
There'll be a lot of testing this weekend where you've seen the train crawl along right now between the middle of the roadway on the 174. You're going to see it moving at 80 kilometers an hour. So this is good. Picking up speed like the whole project itself, even though it's a year and a half behind. We're getting near the final steps, and I think that's kind of critical.
OC Transpo says this weekend's performance test is the second of 4 milestones that must be successfully achieved to start the trial runs before they can officially launch service on the East Extension.
We now know the 5 players who were at the center of the Hockey Canada sexual assault trial will be able to return to the NHL later this year. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Fermenton, and Carter Hart were acquitted in July of sexual assault charges stemming from an incident in 2018. Their suspensions from the league will end on December 1st. However, they will be able to sign with NHL teams as early as October 15th and can begin conditioning with a team as of November 15th.
The FBI is now offering a $100,000 reward for information that could lead to the arrest of the person responsible for the killing of Charlie Kirk.
We've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah.
So far, the FBI says they have received more than 7,000 tips. Officials have also released images of what the FBI is calling a person of interest seen at the event at Utah Valley University. They say they have tracked his movements on campus through stairwells onto a roof. Police say they have also recovered what they believe was the gun used in the shooting. Police have also released 2 persons of interest who were detained shortly after the incident. Charlie Kirk's body was flown Thursday from Utah to Phoenix on Air Force 2, accompanied by Kirk's wife Erica, along with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. President Donald Trump has said he will be awarding Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. More than 4,000 transit users have been fined for not paying to ride the bus or train as OC Transpo continues to crack down on fare evasion. The new report shows 4,059 tickets were handed out between January and August of this year, resulting in $1 million in fines. There are now 12 fare enforcement officers working on buses and the LRT.
An Ottawa councillor wants to reverse the return to office mandate for municipal public servants. Jeff Leeper says he will put forward a motion at the next council meeting, which, if passed, would direct the city manager to rescind the plan to end remote work. He says there has been little evidence that productivity has diminished while employees work from home. The majority of city employees are already working in the office 5 days a week. Canadian shoppers now have the opportunity to access their share of a $500 million settlement related to industry-wide allegations of price fixing on bread. The settlement involves Loblaw and parent company George Weston Limited. The claims process to get compensation is now open. Eligible Canadian residents who bought bread between 2001 and 2021 must submit a claim by December 12th of this year. Customers who didn't take a $25 Loblaw's gift card related to this case in 2018 could eventually receive up to that amount.
The RCMP musical ride is coming to the Spencerville Fair. It's happening this Saturday to celebrate the 170th year of the annual fair.
The popular musical ride is performed by 32 uniformed RCMP officers on horseback. It showcases cavalry drills set to music with riders carrying out intricate formations, some dating back to the 1800s.
Admission to the RCMP musical ride is included with fare tickets.
Beautiful.
Majestic.
Over 150 years is just miraculous. And I've actually been to the RCMP musical ride before, and it's so cool. Like being around the horses while they do like these formation stuff. It is something that's really magical.
It is. I still remember when my parents took us when we were really, really young. I think I was in like grade 5 or grade 6, and it was a big afternoon, and we went out to watch, and I remember just being mesmerized. And I mean, that memory has like stuck with me this whole time.
Absolutely gorgeous. And I love the way that they trot all in unison. And that's from obviously years of practice.
It's a beautiful thing to witness.
All right, let's take a look right now, Melissa, at the forecast.
Yes, and a beautiful day ahead. Look at outside, that sun beginning to rise.
Pink and
How stunning is that?
purple. I love it.
A little cotton candy sunrise to start off your day. Does it get better than that on a Friday?
I don't think so.
And when you see the forecast, you're going to be like, wow, it really doesn't get much better than this. Clear and cool to start things off, but sunny and warm into the afternoon. The weekend, it's a little mixture of some showers, but still some sunshine on the way. And we do have very warm weather on the way, especially when you see the 7-day forecast. Still sitting at 9 degrees this morning, but when you look at the rest of the region, 9 ain't so bad, only 2 in Bancroft, 4 currently out in the valley this morning in Pembroke, as well as in Maniwaki. So cool across the region, nice clear skies, nothing to worry about on your roads this morning. It's nice, smooth sailing out there for your drive-in in terms of conditions of what you're seeing in our skies. As we head into tonight, that's when we're expecting a few clouds. So we're going to see an increase of cloudiness later on tonight, which will continue into your early morning hours tomorrow. So Saturday, you could see it looking a little gray to start things off tomorrow. Don't get discouraged. We will see some sunshine into the afternoon. You could see those clouds will shift out as we head into the afternoon on Saturday, but we could see some spotty showers as well, especially mainly throughout the morning into your afternoon, and then again in the overnight, early Sunday morning. But then don't worry, we have lots of sunshine on the way as we head into next week. We will see clear skies this morning, so nothing that will obstruct your drive in this morning. Same with your drive home. We will see sunny conditions on your drive home later on tonight. So your commuter forecast is looking perfect for us today as we head into the next 7 days. I mean, look at this weather. Absolutely gorgeous. Above seasonal today and all weekend long and into next week. 22 is the high, mainly sunny skies. Tomorrow is the day we will see mixture of cloudiness, sunshine with a little bit of rain, but still warm with a high of 22. Pure sunshine for Sunday, a high of 25. Similar day on Monday. Then next week, temperatures climbing all the way to the high 20s Tuesday and through Thursday.
Weather is brought to you by Manatic Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
Time for a look at your time saver traffic right now. We want to let you know the Frontenac detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police is currently on scene of a serious vehicle collision and fire on Highway 401 in Kingston. Highway 401 westbound lanes will remain closed for several hours between Highway 32 in Gananoque and Montreal Street in Kingston. Closer to home, traffic continues to move well this morning across the city. We are collision free with no issues to report.
O-Train Line 1 will be offline this weekend.
That's right, and the entire stretch is out of commission, so the East Extension can go through testing.
Yeah, CTV's Kimberly Fowler has all the details.
The train all the way down to center, it'll be the best option.
When the LRT East Extension is up and running, U-Ottawa student Hamdi El-Sadek says his commute to class will go from 50 minutes to 30.
It definitely helped me a lot because going from the bus stop all the way to Blair and then Blair to the university can take a while with train stoppages and traffic and all that.
He, along with many other residents in the city's East End, are looking forward to the line opening.
I will take it from Jandak to here. It will be easy to arrive at work at time.
Just a convenience, not have to take the car. We live in the neighborhood nearby, so we could walk here, bike.
I work downtown, so I take the line 1 downtown. Oh, it fails me so many times. So many times. So let's hope it works.
This weekend will mark a major milestone towards opening the East Extension. OC Transpo will be shutting down the line on Saturday and Sunday to put the system through a key performance test. During the performance test, 23 trains will run the entire length of Line 1 in multiple test scenarios. This weekend, empty trains will be running from Tunney's Pasture to Blair stations, and then along the new line in the East End, stopping at Montreal, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, Place d'Orleans, and Trim stations.
There'll be a lot of testing this weekend where you've seen the train crawl along right now between the middle of the roadway on the 174. You're going to see it moving at 80 kilometers an hour. So this is good. Picking up speed like the whole project itself, even though it's a year and a half behind. We're getting near the final steps, and I think that's kind of critical.
The performance test is the second of 4 milestones that must be successfully achieved before trial running starts and the line opens, which OC Transpo is still hopeful will happen by the end of the year.
We will open when we're ready, and so that's the process we're following now. The timelines we're working to, as was indicated in the slide, is we're working, and we believe that it is achievable as a stretch target to be ready by the end of the year.
The East Extension is expected to relieve traffic along city streets and provide shorter commutes for East Enders who say train service can't come soon enough.
My bus is right here, so I gotta go.
Kimberly Fowler, CTV News.
You don't want to miss the bus, you know?
No, definitely not. And we were saying, usually as those stories go, we have a little chat too, and we think that a lot of people are going to take advantage
Oh my
of that
goodness.
new
As
line
an
coming
East
through.
Ender, this is so exciting for us. I live east of the city, and the traffic and the construction we've been dealing with over the last year is not too fun to drive through. So to have this open and alleviate so much pressure on the roadways and give people who are now, heading back downtown for work an option.
Yeah, exactly.
Right to hop
Fingers
on.
crossed. They're
Yes.
looking at opening the end of the year.
By the end of the year.
That would be amazing.
It
Really
would be.
nice. All right, coming up next, we are taking a look at what's trending, including something Canadian baseball fans won't want to miss. That's coming to Netflix. That is just ahead. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Just a beautiful start to a Friday. You're watching CTV Morning Live. We'll be right back.
Why do you come here when you know it makes things hard for me? When you know, oh, why do you come?
Welcome back, everybody. The City Folk Festival continues tonight at Lansdowne Park. Headlining tonight is iconic British singer-songwriter Morrissey, who is best known for his time as the frontman of the Smiths. He's on stage at 8:50. Britpop group James will be up at 7:05.
Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Here is what you need to know right now. We are now hearing from the lead plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit against Le Nordique. She and dozens of other people allege they were sexually assaulted while they were there for massages.
In our forecast this morning, sunshine to start off your day, a high of 22 later on. So a beautiful, gorgeous day in the forecast. Tennessee overnight low. A few clouds into tomorrow. We could see a few scattered showers as well. But don't worry, the sunshine is back on Sunday with a high of 25. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. Nothing major to report in our city, but if you are heading out to Toronto today and taking the 401, Kingston area, westbound lanes are closed. So just keep that in mind if you are heading anywhere outside of the city for today.
Time Saver Traffic is brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up a little bit later on in the show, we're going to be speaking with a food expert who says we rely more on the phone than the kitchen for our meals. So we are asking you in today's social room, how often do you order food delivery? And Melanie says we order only the occasional pizza and Chinese food on New Year's Eve. Yes, ordering out is expensive, and we can often create a delicious stir fry in less than time that it takes to deliver. And let me tell you something, Melanie, I've got stir fry on the brain and I've got all the ingredients. I'm going to have that tonight. So it's so funny you say that, Melanie, and I agree with you.
You and Melanie on the same wavelength. And that was my point, right? Like the time that it takes, by the time I go, oh, it's convenient. But realistically, by the time it takes to do it, it actually might end up being a little bit longer to order. So I agree with you, Melanie. Krista says, I just checked my Uber Eats app out of curiosity, and I ordered takeout 4 times this year. I love cooking at home, but sometimes being lazy is okay too, which, as of course it is.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But the delivery fees and tips certainly add to the cost, and it is a deterrent for us. And that was the biggest thing. We talked about like a couple years ago when it was, $19.99, then it would come out to $22. Now that's all the checkout. It's it's $40.
I know. Catherine B says, I never order in. I much prefer to cook my own meals, which allows me to control the sodium and calories. However, I do like to eat out for special occasions. We hear you, Catherine B.
Michael says, I have been using a grocery delivery service since May of 2020. To me, it is worth every penny. Yes, a very different side of that, ordering the groceries.
There you go. And Catherine, I'm with Melissa on this one. I'll put things in my cart, okay, but usually change my mind once I see all the extra fees and tip added on. Most of the time, if it's not too far, we just order straight from the restaurant and pick it up ourselves.
That's a great way to save some money and get the same food too. Jeffrey says, too many bad experiences. Once my food, soup, spilled on my front step. It took over a month to receive a refund from the company.
Oh, that's so disappointing. Waiting for your food and it's like,
that
it
hurts.
Spills? No, it's not nice.
That hurts.
Pamela says during COVID, we use the apps quite a lot, and we are very generous with the tips. Now, we do not order as much. We try to make good new meals at home. When we do order, it is usually from a family-owned restaurant that has its own delivery person.
Very nice to continue to shop local, even with the apps. And as we continue this conversation, that's what we want to know. How often do you order food delivery service? Many people having different opinions. As we continue on through the day today, let us know. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca.
Time now to take a look at what's trending, and we're starting with this. A Pennsylvania man is getting a lot of attention for his emotional support alligator.
Restaurants, we've been to Denny's where she's a star there. She gets VIP treatment.
Shoppers at a local Walmart reached out to local media recently reporting an alligator in the store. The animal is registered for emotional support, but Walmart released a statement saying exposing the public to danger isn't allowed, and thus the alligator is not permitted.
I mean, that's a first for me that I've ever seen.
I've seen dogs and cats and other fluffy animals, but I've never seen an alligator. Maybe it's like safety. You feel safe because you have like an alligator as your support animal that's with you. Also, I don't know.
And I don't know the rules whatsoever, so I'm not going to chime in on
Yeah.
that front, whether it's possible that the alligator could be a support animal in the system. But yeah, that's definitely a different one.
Yeah, absolutely not allowed. Well, a new documentary about the Montreal Expos and the former Major League Baseball team's sudden demise is coming to Netflix.
3-2 pitch, a ground ball towards the second baseman, the throw to first, and the Expos are history.
Who killed the Montreal Expos? We'll look at the team's rise and the fall, the heartbreak that remains for diehard fans, and try to answer the question, who's to blame? It premieres on October 21st. I think that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and I love when they have them focused because those are always so well done on the program, and have it to be somewhat local. I think a lot of people here will be very interested to watch that.
Absolutely. And finally, a new Whitney Houston song has arrived 13 years after the singer's death.
Loneliness calls.
It's a rework of her 80s classic, I Want to Dance with Somebody, but this time around, it's a ballad and a duet. It features English singer Callum Scott.
I mean, even like I haven't had any clip. That was the first time hearing that, and you can already feel the emotion, like when it's a ballad and you break down the vocals. That's going to be really good.
Absolutely. And that's a look at what's trending.
All right, here's a look at what's coming up on the show within the next hour. 7:10, the National Capital Commission is inviting you to explore your city tomorrow. We'll tell you more about the Open NCC event. Then, 10 minutes later at 7:20, food professor Sylvain Charlebois joins us to break down his most recent study on just how often Canadians are using food delivery apps. That's our social room question today. And then at 7:50, our Auto Show Week continues. We are showing you what Ottawa Lincoln dealers have to offer. A fun hour ahead. Stay with us. We will be right back here on CTV Morning Live.
Today, more than 80 people have come forward saying they were victims of sexual assault at Le Nordique Spa in Chelsea.
And I was like, did I just feel that? Is that really happening? Unfortunately, I froze.
The latest on the accusations and the spa's response. Why one Canadian food researcher is concerned that the phone is replacing the kitchen. We speak with him about the rise of delivery apps. And we are checking out this week's new movies.
Obviously, there'll be the regular merch.
Yes.
And Hope has had a rather brilliant idea.
Tap water.
It says artisan.
Including a long-awaited sequel to This is Spinal Tap. It's Friday, September 12th. You're watching CTV Morning Live. 7 o'clock on the nose on your Friday. Good morning. Welcome to CTV Morning Live. Come on in.
Yeah, and as we head into another weekend, something that you might want to keep in mind. Coming up, some important information for transit users and the LRT and testing that is getting underway for the long-awaited east extension of the O train. More information on that coming up, but on our Friday morning forecast, Melissa, we are 5 for 5 this week.
We sure are. We have another beautiful day ahead. Can't wait for this afternoon. Look at that sunny sky. It's a high of 22. So the beautiful above seasonal temps continue into your afternoon. And guess what? Next week is almost looking maybe even a little bit better than the past week we just had, if you can believe it. So I can't wait to give you those details in a few minutes. But first, our news headlines.
We are now hearing from the lead plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit against Le Nordique. She and dozens of other people allege they were sexually assaulted while they were there for massages. The woman, identified only as AB in court documents, went to the spa in December 2024. She alleged that, among other things, she was inappropriately touched by a male massage therapist. She alleges when he lifted the sheet to allow her to turn over, he made eye contact instead of turning away and forcefully threw a towel over her face. We spoke with the woman and have altered her voice to protect her identity. Here's what she had to say.
And I was like, did I just feel that? Is that really happening? Unfortunately, I froze. It's frustrating. I wish I would have jumped up and yelled or screamed or something, but I didn't. You know, what I would like to happen is, you know, for each of the victims to get compensation for what they've gone through, this stress.
In a statement, Le Nordique writes, it maintains a zero-tolerance policy with respect to any misconduct or inappropriate behavior by massage therapists practicing within its establishment, and that it's fully committed to adopting all measures reasonably available to ensure and preserve the safety, well-being, and trust of our clientele.
The new O train east extension will undergo a major performance test this weekend as OC Transpo is gearing up for the launch possibly by the end of this year. OC Transpo will be conducting a key performance test in multiple practice scenarios. 23 double-car trains will operate the length of Line 1 and at all points east of Blair Station, which includes stops at Montreal, Jean d'Arc, Convent Glen, Place d'Orleans, and Trim stations.
There'll be a lot of testing this weekend where you've seen the train crawl along right now between the middle of the roadway on the 174. You're going to see it moving at 80 kilometers an hour. So this is good. Picking up speed like the whole project itself, even though it's a year and a half behind. We're getting near the final steps, and I think that's kind of critical.
OC Transpo says this weekend's performance test is the second of 4 milestones that must be successfully achieved to start the trial runs before they can officially launch service on the East Extension.
We now know the 5 players who were at the center of the Hockey Canada sexual assault trial will be able to return to the NHL later this year. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Fermenton, and Carter Hart were acquitted in July of sexual assault charges stemming from an incident in 2018. Their suspensions from the league will end on December 1st. However, they will be able to sign with NHL teams as early as October 15th and can begin conditioning with a team as of November 15th.
The FBI is now offering a $100,000 reward for information that could lead to the arrest of the person responsible for killing Charlie Kirk.
We've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah.
So far, the FBI says they have received more than 7,000 tips. Officials have also released images of what the FBI is calling a person of interest seen at the event at Utah Valley University. They say they have tracked his movements on campus through stairwells and onto a roof. Police say they have also recovered what they believe was the gun used in the shooting. Police have already released 2 persons of interest who were detained shortly after the incident. Charlie Kirk's body was flown Thursday from Utah to Phoenix on Air Force 2, accompanied by Kirk's wife, Erica, along with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. President Donald Trump has said he will be awarding Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. More than 4,000 transit users have been fined for not paying to ride the bus or train as OC Transpo continues to crack down on fare evasion. A new report shows 4,059 tickets were handed out between January and August of this year, resulting in $1 million in fines. There are now 12 fare enforcement officers working on buses as well as the LRT.
An Ottawa councillor wants to reverse the return to office mandate for municipal public servants. Jeff Leeper says he will put forward a motion at the next council meeting, which, if passed, would direct the city manager to rescind the plan to end remote work. He says there has been little evidence that productivity has diminished while employees work from home. The majority of city employees are already working in the office 5 days a week.
Get ready to look up this weekend for the AERO Gatineau-Ottawa Air Show.
Yeah, it's happening today through Sunday at the Gatineau-Ottawa Executive Airport in Gatineau. The annual event features impressive aerobatic displays, historical military aircraft, and a night drone show, and much more.
For the first time this year, people will have a chance to meet the pilots.
Whoa.
So cool. Coming up a little bit later in the show, too, we're going to dive in and actually talk about that a little bit more if you're excited for some details. But I mean, just so cool to see all this.
Fun, absolutely. And you know what? If you do go and you get to meet the pilots, let the kids go first.
Yes,
because you know they're
always.
going to they have a ton of questions for the pilots, and then you can go next up.
I even have a ton of questions.
No, that's what I mean. You got to let the kids go first.
I know.
You know what I mean? But it's going to be hopefully a pretty beautiful weekend for an air show, right?
We have some great conditions, especially Sunday. Saturday's a little mixture of everything, but don't worry, it's still going to be a beautiful weekend. Nice. And your weather picture is brought to you by Box Me Up, moving, staging, renovating. Box Me Up. Visit boxmeup.ca to book your mobile storage container today. And look at this beautiful photo sent to us from Ed. It's the sunrise over in Cardinal. Absolutely gorgeous picture. Thank you, Ed, for sending that in to us. Of course, we want to hear from you. Send us your pictures, and you can see it right here on the show. Email us, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. In your forecast this morning, clear and cool to start things off, but then that sunshine continues today, so warm into the afternoon. And then the weekend, a little mixture, some sun, some rain, but temperatures still very, very warm in through your weekend forecast. We've dropped a little bit now, kind of normal to fluctuate a little bit in the morning hours. We were sitting at 9, now we're sitting at 7 degrees here in the city. Still much cooler in Cornwall, Kemptville, sitting at 4 and 3. Trenton, 10 degrees this morning. Bancroft sitting at 4. So we're still one of the warmer areas in the region, even though we've dropped a little bit this morning. 3 currently in Petawawa. Clear skies if you are just waking up, and that's what we will see throughout the afternoon. So mainly sunny skies. These clouds are expected to start tonight. So around midnight is when we are expecting some cloud coverage in the forecast for us. It will then be a cloudy Saturday. This is tomorrow morning, bright and early. It will be a little bit cloudy, but you'll see those clouds shift through Saturday afternoon, making way for some sunshine. So still some sunshine on the way for tomorrow. We could still see some spotty showers late in the morning into your early afternoon. Then again, overnight Saturday into the early morning hours on Sunday. But the sunshine is back on Sunday. We have very, very warm conditions on the way in our 7-day forecast. Recess forecast looking good for the kids to get outside on this Friday. Temperatures in the mid to high teens for your morning recess. Then as we flip into your afternoon recess, that sunshine sticking around, highs of 22 into your day ahead. And your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Center, celebrating over 80 years in family business. Not a bad looking 7-day forecast. I mean, does it get much better than this for mid-September to have warm conditions and so much sunshine? 22 for today, tomorrow, mainly sunny skies today. That mixture of sun, rain, and cloudy skies for tomorrow. Then pure sunshine from Sunday right through into next week. Temperatures in the mid, even climbing into the high 20s by Wednesday. On your drive-in right now, just a reminder on your roads, the Frontenac detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police is currently on scene of a serious vehicle collision and fire on Highway 401 in Kingston. Highway 401 westbound lanes will remain closed for several hours between Highway 32 in Gananoque and Montreal Street in Kingston. Here locally, things are still looking decent on your drive-in this hour. Rosie.
The National Capital Commission is inviting you to explore and learn more about some of its amazing spaces in our city. It's all part of the Open NCC event taking place on Saturday. And here to tell us more is Emily Gerard-Ruel with the National Capital Commission. Good morning.
Good morning, Rosie. Thanks for having me today.
It's wonderful to have you on. I cannot wait to get all the info here on Open NCC. Now, some of our viewers probably have visited many of the buildings that will be open here, but what's different about this event?
Well, I mean, this is our opportunity for you to learn more about the NCC and really get that behind-the-scenes look. You'll get to talk directly to professionals, people that are involved in the architecture, design, all the floral landscapes that are what make our capital so special.
Okay, so this is happening on Saturday. So
Yes.
This is how I'm imagining it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. So Saturday morning, it's like, boom, doors open. You're going to have people waiting to receive visitors. There's going to be guides and giving and offering up a lot of information. Is that how it's going to roll out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have 9 sites across the capital.
Okay.
Majors Hill is the hub. We have tours departing from there. People can visit Kaweki Point as
yes,
well.
it's gorgeous.
It is.
Yes.
It's so wonderful. And we're going to have guided tours there, National Gallery of Canada as well. Then people can go over to Jacques Cartier Park at the Hull Marina. There's a boat tour departing there. There's registration, but you know, sometimes there's some no-shows, so you can try your luck to try to get onto that. At Rideau Hall as well, there are activities. Dow's Lake Recreational Dock, if anyone has gone there for a swim this year. Westboro Beach has some activities all across the city.
I think that this is so exciting. You mentioned a boat tour. You mentioned all these different tours. Now I'm wondering, is it free? How much does it cost?
This is free. It's completely free. So if you're looking for activities either with your family, your friends, if you want to walk there, bike there. And this year we have a very special activity as well that's happening. Our night bike activity. It will be leaving from Confederation Park at night, 6:30 p.m. There's going to be a DJ, NCC Bistro is there, and a 6.6-kilometer loop around Queen Elizabeth's driveway and Colonel By. So we really want everyone to come down and visit us for all of these activities.
Okay, you mentioned something about registration. Do you have to get online and register to make these visits, or can you just show up? What do you need?
A lot of them you can just show up. A few there's registration involved, but sometimes there are no shows, so you can try your luck. But otherwise, for the night bike, there's even a surprise for the 500 first people that show up.
Come on. Okay, so if people want more information, they can go to, what is it, NCC?
NCC-CCN.gc.ca.
That just sounds so much fun. You're opening up the city here with some major points, 9 major spots, right?
Fantastic. Around the city, Penny Forest as well. We have Can Do with accessible trail riding. It's just wonderful. We're really excited.
All happening on Saturday.
Saturday, 10 o'clock, and mark the date on your calendar.
Emile Gerard-Ruel with NCC, the National Capital Commission. Really exciting stuff. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to be making a stop at least at a couple of those stops. Maybe even I'll rent a bike and do the bike ride.
Ooh,
that'll be a lot of fun.
Can't wait to see you there.
Oh, that'll be so much fun. Thanks again. Coming up, a new survey has found more Canadians are turning to food delivery apps rather than cooking for themselves. We're going to tell you more about the findings. That's coming up after the break. It is 7:14. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Look at the start of a gorgeous-looking Friday. Melissa says it's going to be beautiful. You're watching CTV Morning Live. Good morning, Ottawa.
CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video uploaded at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
A note for transit users this weekend, don't forget line 1 of the O train will be closed for Saturday and Sunday as testing gets underway on the eastern extension. R1 buses will be running.
Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Here's what you need to know right now. We now know the 5 players who were at the center of Hockey Canada, a sexual assault trial, will be able to return to the NHL later this year.
On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your forecast for today. 22 is your daytime high into the afternoon. We're seeing sunshine. 10 degrees is the high this afternoon. 10 overnight low. 22 is the high as we head into tomorrow. Some showers on the way for your Saturday forecast. Sunday, a high of 25, mainly sunny skies. Here's a live look at your time saver traffic. The Frontenac detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, is currently on scene of a serious collision and fire on Highway 401 in Kingston. Highway 401 westbound lanes will remain closed for several hours between Highway 32 in Gananoque and Montreal Street in Kingston. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Hey there, Lindsay Hamilton inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. We are taking a trip to Lambeau Field for this one. It is Thursday night football. You got the Commanders and Packers, and look at this from Jordan Love. Airs it out to Malik Heath, and he comes down with the catch. Now, it looked like he was out of bounds in the play, but look at the toe. Keeps that foot in bounds. 37-yard gain by Heath, and he earns your must-see moment from Thursday. Meanwhile, today on TSN, more football. Yes, it is a doubleheader in the CFL. First up, you got the Bombers and Ticats. That is followed up by the Red Blacks and Lions. It all begins at 6 p.m. Central Time across the TSN network. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Enjoy the football and have a fantastic Friday.
A new study has found more Canadians are ordering their meals via delivery apps. The study compared data collection in 2020 to new data gathered this summer. The results found more people are opting for online meal deliveries than cooking at all. Joining us now is Sylvain Charlebois, the author of this study. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, Sylvain, you were the one that said that 1 in 4 Canadians are now using meal delivery apps regularly. How has this trend kind of evolved in recent years?
Well, we actually gathered data 5 years ago, just before COVID. And at the time, actually, we measured that 1 Canadian in 5 actually was using a food app, a food delivery app on a regular basis. And if you look at that pace, by 2030, it is highly likely that we'll have 1 Canadian in 3 using a food delivery app on a regular basis. So essentially, your smartphone or the smartphone for many Canadians will become their kitchen.
In your opinion, is there an over-reliance on delivery apps? Is this sustainable given the higher cost to using them?
Well, it depends on how you use them. Of course, it is convenient for a lot of people. People that are pressed for time, they don't necessarily have time to cook, and sometimes you have 1 or 2 jobs or in between. And of course, people being back in school, at colleges and universities, sometimes students just struggle to find time to grocery shop and cook. So these things can be convenient. The problem is that from a nutrition perspective, you do wonder, these platforms are highly dominated by fast food chains. Are people getting the proper nutrition? And of course, at what cost? Because you have to think about service charges and tips and things like that. And so it adds up, especially on the fast food side. And what's the paradox here is that the younger generations, millennials and Gen Zs, are the ones using these apps most often, and they're likely the ones earning less money compared to boomers, for example.
So would you say it's impacting people's desires and ability to cook even?
I would say so, absolutely. As soon as this becomes your kitchen, of course, your food literacy will likely be impacted. You can't really appreciate the cost of food and how to prepare food and things like that. So certainly the use of these food delivery apps is interesting, but at the same time, are we losing something in the process?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, looking ahead, how do you see the meal delivery industry in Canada evolving?
Well, I think the one thing that concerns us very much is the fact that pricing is not all that transparent. In fact, this summer, while people were on vacation, the Government of Canada, the Competition Bureau of Canada, right there in Ottawa, decided to sue DoorDash because it accused the platform for not being transparent enough around pricing. I think it's important for these platforms to be clear in terms of how much more it costs you and I when we actually order food online using these apps.
Yeah, absolutely. I was mentioning earlier this morning, I'm the one who loads the cart, and then when I see the actual total and all the fees, I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah. It adds up. Fine dining, I mean, you can actually avoid the expensive bottle of wine and the expensive tip. I get that. But for fast food, it basically can double your bill.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Take care.
Lots more to come here on CTV Morning Live as we take a look at your roads this hour at 7:25. No major issues, just your volume, which is building slightly, especially if you are heading eastbound on the 417. We're seeing some slowdowns. You can see Riverside in through Nicholas, also a little heavy this hour.
Good morning. Coming up on 7:30 on your Friday. We're really glad that you can start your day with us.
Yeah, and the weather's still really nice, and the AERO Gatineau-Ottawa Air Show takes off today, so great conditions to start. Director General of the show, John Bennett, is standing by with all the details. That's coming up in just a matter of a few moments, but we're going to take a peek at what the conditions have outside, and a little crispy out there.
It is. Temperatures really fluctuating this morning as well. We've been sitting at 7, we've been sitting at 8, we've been sitting at 9. So it is a cool start to your morning, but the good news is clear skies if you are just waking up, and mainly sunny into the afternoon. Full forecast details in a couple of minutes, including how your weekend is shaping up. But first, our news headlines.
We are now hearing from the lead plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit against Le Nordique. She and dozens of other people allege they were sexually assaulted while they were there for massages. The woman, identified only as AB in court documents, went to the spa in December 2024. Now, she alleges that, among other things, she was inappropriately touched by a male massage therapist. She alleges when he lifted the sheet to allow her to turn over, he made eye contact instead of turning away, and he forcefully threw a towel over her face. We spoke with the woman and have altered her voice to protect her identity. Here's what she had to say.
And I was like, did I just feel that? Is that really happening? Unfortunately, I froze. It's frustrating. I wish I would have jumped up and yelled or screamed or something, but I didn't. You know, what I would like to happen is, you know, for each of the victims to get compensation for what they've gone through, the stress.
In a statement, Le Nordique writes, it maintains a strict zero-tolerance policy with respect to any misconduct or inappropriate behavior by massage therapists practicing within its establishment, and that it's fully committed to adopting all measures reasonably available to ensure and preserve the safety, well-being, and trust of our clientele.
The new O-Train East Extension will undergo a major performance test this weekend as OC Transpo is gearing up for the launch possibly by the end of the year. OC Transpo will be conducting a key performance test in multiple practice scenarios. 23 double-car trains will operate the length of Line 1 and at all points east of Blair Station, which includes stops at Montreal, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, Place d'Orleans, and Trim stations.
There'll be a lot of testing this weekend where you've seen the train crawl along right now between the middle of the roadway on the 174. You're going to see it moving at 80 kilometers an hour. So this is good. Picking up speed like the whole project itself, even though it's a year and a half behind. We're getting near the final steps, and I think that's kind of critical.
OC Transpo says this weekend's performance test is the second of 4 milestones that must be successfully achieved to start the trial runs before they can officially launch service on the East Extension. Well, more than 4,000 transit users have been fined for not paying to ride the bus or train as OC Transpo continues to crack down on fare evasion. A new report shows 4,059 tickets were handed out between January and August of this year. That resulted in $1 million in fines. There are now 12 fare enforcement officers working on buses and the LRT.
We now know the 5 players who were at the center of the Hockey Canada sexual assault trial will be able to return to the NHL later this year. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Vermeten, and Carter Hart were acquitted in July of sexual assault charges stemming from an incident in 2018. Their suspensions from the league will end on December 1st. However, they will be able to sign with NHL teams as early as October 15th and can begin conditioning with the team as of November 15th.
The FBI is now offering a $100,000 reward for information that could lead to the arrest of the person responsible for killing Charlie Kirk.
We've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah.
So far, the FBI says they've received more than 7,000 tips. Officials have also released images of what the FBI is calling a person of interest seen at the event at Utah Valley University. They say they have tracked his movements on campus through stairwells and onto a roof. Police say they have also recovered what they believe was the gun used in the shooting. Police have also released 2 persons of interest who were detained shortly after the incident. Charlie Kirk's body was flown Thursday from Utah to Phoenix on Air Force 2, accompanied by Kirk's wife, Erica, along with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. President Donald Trump has said he will be awarding Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
An Ottawa councillor wants to reverse the return to office mandate for municipal public servants. Jeffrey Leeper says he will put forward a motion at the next council meeting, which, if passed, would direct the city manager to rescind the plan to end remote work. He says there has been little evidence that productivity has diminished while employees work from home. The majority of city employees are already working in the office 5 days a week. Canadian shoppers now have the opportunity to access their share of a $500 million settlement related to industry-wide allegations of price fixing on bread. The settlement involves Loblaw and parent company George Weston Limited. The claims process to get compensation is now open. Eligible Canadian residents who bought bread between 2001 and 2021 must submit a claim by December 12th of this year. Customers who didn't take a $25 Loblaw's gift card related to this case in 2018 could eventually receive up to that amount.
The new film, The Long Walk, debuts in theaters today, and it features a really special cat from the Winnipeg area.
Yeah, the movie was shot in Manitoba. Dory, an eyeless rescue cat, is featured in the film.
A friend of Dory's owner trains animals for movies and knew the production was looking for a cat with one eye or no eyes for a scene. And Dory was picked for the role. Time for your close-up, Dory.
Oh, how special.
What a nice story, Dory getting some spotlight.
I love it. Soak it in, soak it in.
All right, what do you got for us? Because so far this week, you know, I was talking about, like last week, if the water levels weren't so low, you know, taking some of the watercraft out of the water, you know, would have been a little bit different. And then next week, we're climbing almost like we're getting close to 30s again.
Yeah, you could still jump into the water next week if you're up for it.
You know that I'll be doing that,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not so much. As soon as the pool gets below 85, I'm out.
You're like, no. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might dip my toes in there, but that's about it. But yeah, kids could still jump in.
No compromise.
Sure.
What about today? What about today?
Today's a great day. I mean, not as hot as it's going to be next week, but still a beautiful day in the forecast for us. We have so much sunshine on the way to end off your work week, so it doesn't get much better than this to end off what was already a beautiful week. The beautiful conditions continue today. Clear and cool this morning, but sunny and warm into your afternoon. Then tomorrow, a little mixture of some rain, some clouds, but still lots of sunshine throughout the weekend. Still sitting at 7 degrees here in the city, so still a little bit of a cooler start, but don't worry, it will warm up very shortly, probably within the next hour. 4 degrees in Kemptville, a little bit warmer in Kingston Trenton, sitting at 9 and 10 degrees, single digits for Petawawa, Pembroke this hour as well. So very clear out there this morning. We're going to see these clear conditions this morning right through into your afternoon. So hardly any clouds in sight throughout your forecast today. It's around midnight tonight that we are expecting some cloudy conditions. So an increase of cloudiness tonight, which will continue into your day on Saturday as well. But don't worry, this is by 1 p.m. You can see those clouds starting to shift through. We'll still get to see some sunshine tomorrow as well. We could also see some rain, especially in the early morning hours or late in the late morning hours. Early afternoon is when we could see a few of those spotty showers, continuing kind of overnight Saturday, but clearing up for Sunday. Sunday, that sunshine is back. So beautiful sunny Sunday in the forecast for us. 22 for today. Very light winds. Winds have been light all week long, so some great golfing weather realistically when you have the sun shining. Temperature sitting at 22 degrees. No winds in the forecast for us. Perfect day to get out on the links. 10 is your overnight low, so not too bad into the overnight. We're going to see those clouds into the overnight. Tomorrow, that mixture of everything in the forecast, but temps staying warm with a high of 22. And then the real beautiful weather sets in on Sunday. 25 is your high. We'll stick there on Monday. Lots of sunshine to end off the weekend and start the work week. That sun sticking around all week long next week, and temperatures climbing almost into the 30s. We're inching there. 27 is your daytime high on Wednesday. On your roads this hour, here's a live look at your time-saver traffic, and we're continuing to see it move well across the city. No collisions to report. We are seeing a little bit of volume right now if you're heading east on the 417, but no significant delays so far. Looking a little west, we are seeing westbound on the 401 is still closed at Gananoque due to a major collision. It's closed between Highway 32 in Gananoque and Montreal Street in Kingston, so avoid that area if you can.
Time Saver Traffic is brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
It is time now to celebrate birthdays on this Friday. We're so excited. Happy 6th birthday, Miller. Lots of love from Mommy, Daddy, and brothers Maverick and Oakley.
Happy 10th birthday to Finley. Dream big from Mammy, Pops, all the grandmamas and family abroad. Bonne fête.
We got a happy 2nd birthday to Anastasia. Love from your great-grandma and your great-grandpa. Rocking that card. Look at that.
Happy 4th birthday to Kaylee. Love from your whole family and friends.
Happy 10th birthday to Kai. Lots of love from Mama, Dadu, Kiki, and all of your family and friends.
We got a happy birthday shout out to Tyson, who is turning 10 today. Double digits, baby. Lots of love from Mom, Dad, Haley, and Ryan.
And we got your Saturday birthdays. Happy birthday to Thatcher. He's turning 4 tomorrow. Lots of love from Nanny Newman.
And we have a happy 6th birthday to Leland. Love from Mom, Robbie, Liam, Bella, Brady, Papa, Helen, and Sally, Bernie, who say they hope you have the best day.
Happy 9th birthday to Leah. Love from Mom, Dad, Nana, Papa, Marin, Carson, Uncle Kent, and Sally, who say they are so proud of you.
We have a happy birthday to Marin, who shares a birthday with her sister Leah. That's amazing. Hope you have an awesome day. Love Mom, Dad, Nana, Papa, Leah, Carson, Uncle Kent, and Sally.
Happy 10th birthday to Evelyn, the Queen of Crumbs. Welcome to the Double Digits Club. Love from Nona and Nono.
And of course, if your little one has a birthday, we would love to share with our viewers. Please continue to send your announcements. This is for kids who are 13 years old and younger. We need their name, age, hometown. Of course, a photo. Don't forget the photo. Email us ottawa.birthdays@ctv.ca, and we'll be sure to get your announcement on the air. Will.
Well, the AERO Gatineau-Ottawa Air Show makes its return this weekend, and as usual, there's something for everyone. John Bennett is the Director General of the Air Show and joins us this morning with all the details. Good morning to you, John.
Good morning, Will. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
Good, good. Early.
Yeah, it's a little bit early for you,
not
too,
for
right?
you guys, but for us, yeah.
Yeah, hey, sometimes it's still early for us, too.
Okay.
Don't worry. You know, there's so many great things that I think everyone at home will love to see this year. Before we get into a few of those details, let's talk about the history of the show, because it truly is wonderful.
This show started in 2017. It was our first air show we put together with a new team, and it's grown since then. We've actually got a bit of a reputation now because of the airfield being so unique. You can actually photograph and have no big towers or houses or buildings in the background. And we have a reputation across North America for that very reason.
It's so amazing, and you see it evolve over the years too, right? Yep. As each show changes a little bit. And this year, you know, for peace of mind for people, there were some great things added in with events and parking that we're going to talk about.
Yep. So this year, big change we've done is our parking and shuttle service. Last year and for years gone by, we've always had to try to get people as close to the airport. This year, everybody can, well, there's shuttles from 5 different parking spots within Gatineau. The bus from the parking lots to our airfield are all free, covered in your purchase price. You purchase your tickets online. You'll be dropped off right in front of the gate, literally, and then when you go back, the shuttles will take you straight back to your parking spots. There are, as I said, 5 of them in the city of Gatineau. Also, you can take the STO bus system to the last bus stop they have, and our shuttles will take you from there straight back to the airport, and then again at the end of the day return.
Which is so convenient too, because a lot of the time going out there and parking disaster, so it's so great that you have this nice, easy system. All you can go, enjoy the show.
That's right.
So what can people expect this year? Because, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with it, but if you head there, you're going to be seeing some beautiful and wonderful sights.
We have our snowbirds back. Every year they put on a slightly different show. It's just no way of saying it's just they're so amazing. You're seeing pictures of the F-18 there. We've got them back. There's 2 of them on site this year. They arrived last night. We have a MiG-17 performing this year, which is a big, noisy airplane, and you probably remember it's just it's a Russian aircraft. We have a jet truck this year. It's a little different, so it's going to come on tonight and then tomorrow on Sunday, belch smoke and flame and all that kind of stuff, and then be racing down the runway with another aircraft to see who wins.
Yeah,
wink,
you know,
wink.
and yeah, that's a little inside info. You know, I've been to so many and seen so many different shows. It never gets old. Every single time you watch it, it's mesmerizing and it's different every time, which I think is so cool. This weekend looks amazing. The weather into the low 20s, mid 20s. It looks clear. And it obviously is a little bit weather dependent, but then also this is a great event for not just you, but to bring the family with kids.
Right. First of all, it's not weather dependent. Unless it's absolutely pouring rain and I can't see your face much rain, it will fly. We can put aircraft up in almost any weather. But we're trying to make this a family affair and a family event. So over the years, we've developed a fun zone for kids. This year, we've doubled the size and increased the space physically and made the area on our west field, which is even more inviting for the families. Then we've got a whole bunch of other stuff on the west field that's family oriented. And then we've got superheroes jumping in. We have Spider-Man and Superman are going to be jumping out of an airplane and then coming over and talking to the youth during the afternoon.
I mean, what more could kids want than airplanes and their superheroes on site? With nice parking.
With nice parking available, yes.
Just before we let you go, John, more details on the actual dates and times if people want to attend.
So the air show starts, the first one is tonight, so it's an evening show. Gates open at 5. We'll have from 5 to 6 some teaser aircraft. The official flight of the Snowbirds will be just around 6 and a bit. And then we end our show tonight with the drone show, which is unique, was unique, now it's common to do everywhere. And then tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, is the gates open at 10, flying starts at noon hour. We'll end approximately at 4:05. Not very precise, am I?
Yeah.
And the gates will stay open until 5.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. So glad to have you on the show and continue through another weekend. And again, the conditions look great for the show this weekend. Congratulations on all the years of success, and appreciate your time this morning, John.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
All right, coming up a little bit later on in our show, we wrap up our auto show week with one of the most luxurious vehicles on the market. General Managers Zach Webster and Kyle McKenna from the Donnelly Automotive Group joins us next with that beautiful car, really standing out in our back parking lot. Stay with us, friends. We will be right back.
Taking a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Get ready for plenty of sunshine on your Friday. Well, it's the final day of our auto show week, and we are joined by General Managers Zach Webster and Kyle McKenna, representing the Donnelly Automotive Group and Lincoln Dealers of Ottawa. And boy, oh boy, have they rolled in an incredible gem here for us. It's like a beautiful beast, if you will. It's a gorgeous car here. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us.
Okay, so let's talk about this car. You know what? TIFF is going on right now, the Toronto International Film Festival, 50th edition. And I used to work the red carpet all the time in Toronto, and the stars would roll up in beautiful black SUVs, and this would be one of them. Talk about this gorgeous car here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the new Lincoln Navigator Black Label. Black Label is new to Canada. It's been in the United States for quite some time, but this is sort of the epitome of luxury. So it's the Navigator, but it's a little bit of a step above that. So it's got all the fit and finish, all the trim pieces, videos in the back, massaging seats in the back and front, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, Zach, can you talk about like a little bit more details? Like I know we're looking inside here. Let's go
inside. Come on over here. So
yeah,
in the Black Label, you get these exclusive 22-inch design rims. Okay.
Okay.
The fit and finish inside. Okay, a little different the way it's appointed.
Let's walk around the other side. Yeah, go into the driver's seat here, and then you can show us what you want to talk about here. This is beautiful.
So it's not labeled Black Label too many places, but you can see on the kick plate here, Black Label. Okay, it's lit up.
Okay.
But inside you've got this nice wood grain finish. There are different themes you can get in the Black Label as well, so they're really stand alone, right, as something unique versus your traditional black on black.
It is a beautiful car. How does it drive? Like, how smooth and quiet is it?
I mean, it's all part of the effortless ownership with Lincoln. It is smooth. You can't hear a pin drop in this thing. Lots of noise deadening technology inside the vehicle. And, the speaker systems all work together to kind of give it that nice kind of experience on the road.
You got the double sunroof going there, too, inside?
Full panoramic sunroof, yeah. And then in the back seats, you got massage seats. You've got these nice TV displays here for your kids in the back, so keep them quiet. Exactly.
That is beautiful. We want to go to the trunk here and take a look.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is coming back to the Lincoln Navigator. It's a split tailgate. Which just really opens up the rear. Even with a third row up, you can see how much space you get back here. Obviously, the signature insignia there with some protection on the back as well. So it makes it a nice place to sit, a nice place to get your groceries in or whatever it may be, hockey bags, golf bags, etc. And they won't fall out this way. It's a phenomenal addition.
Beautiful. So I'm thinking about this beautiful Navigator. Like you say, it's finally here in Canada. What would be the perfect clientele to get this vehicle, would you think?
That's a great question. I mean, somebody who's looking for effortless ownership, okay? Yeah. It's not just the sale of the vehicle, it is all the service after, okay? So here, in Ottawa, all the stores have dedicated Lincoln staff, offer pickup and drop off, Lincoln loaners.
Wow.
So, time being our most important commodity, we want it to, provide that easy ownership experience and, enjoy your life. So
I like that. Enjoy your life. With
Absolutely.
a vehicle like this, you can do just that. I mean, talk about the longevity of a vehicle like this. You get the oil change, you maintain it. This baby's lasting for a long time, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I mean, that's part of it. There's an extended warranty plan on this as well, with it being Black Label. Like Kyle said, we're going to be doing a lot of pickup and drop off, making sure that your experience is effortless. We can handle following up with you, making sure that you know when it should be scheduled in for service, and really taking care of you and your vehicle.
Okay, can I go ahead and have a seat in the driver's seat?
Absolutely.
I'm going to do that here. Zach and Kyle from Donnelly Ford and Lincoln. Really, this has been a wonderful tour. I feel like, I know that the stars would be in the back seat, but I feel like a star myself, and I'm just going to go ahead, take a seat here in this gorgeous Lincoln Navigator and just luxuriate. This is beautiful. Hey, thank you so much again. CTV Morning Live. We'll be right back, and I'm just gonna chill. We'll see you right back after the break. This is beautiful. Good morning and welcome to CTV Morning Live. We're really glad you could start your Friday with us. It's so great to have you. Yeah, we're just kidding. We're having a great time here.
We wanted to say hello this time, and we made the decision very close.
You know what? It's a Friday feeling on the last hour of the show. We already have the pre-weekend giggles, so we apologize in advance.
That's just how we're feeling today. Let's take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, and just look at that. As we giggle and get joyful, the sunshine reappears. It is going to be a beautiful day. A little crispy out there this morning, but then warming up again.
I mean, how can you not smile with the day we have in store for us? Like almost a carbon copy of everything else we've seen all week. That sunshine, temps climbing into the 20s. Yes, still sandal weather, t-shirt weather this afternoon, golfing weather. Maybe even a little lake weather. I don't know. It depends what you're up to. But yes, we have a beautiful day. I'll tell you also how the weekend is shaping up. But first, our news headlines.
Thank you, Melissa. We are now hearing from the lead plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit against Le Nordique. She and dozens of other people allege they were sexually assaulted while they were there for massages. The woman, identified only as AB in court documents, went to the spa in December 2024. She alleges that, among other things, she was inappropriately touched by a male massage therapist. She alleges when he lifted the sheet to allow her to turn over, he made eye contact instead of turning away and forcefully threw a towel over her face. We spoke with the woman and have altered her voice to protect her identity. Here's what she had to say.
And I was like, did I just feel that? Is that really happening? Unfortunately, I froze. It's frustrating. I wish I would have jumped up and yelled or screamed or something, but I didn't. You know, what I would like to happen is, you know, for each of the victims to get compensation for what they've gone through, the stress.
In a statement, Le Nordique writes, it maintains a strict zero-tolerance policy with respect to any misconduct or inappropriate behavior by massage therapists practicing within its establishment, and that it's fully committed to adopting all measures reasonably available to ensure and preserve the safety, well-being, and trust of our clientele.
The new O-Train East extension will undergo a major performance test this weekend as OC Transpo is gearing up for the launch possibly by the end of this year. OC Transpo will be conducting a key performance test in multiple practice scenarios. 23 double-car trains will operate the length of Line 1 and at all points east of Blair Station, which includes stops at Montreal, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, Place d'Orleans, and Trim stations.
There'll be a lot of testing this weekend where you've seen the train crawl along right now between the middle of the roadway on the 174. You're going to see it moving at 80 kilometers an hour. So this is good. Picking up speed like the whole project itself, even though it's a year and a half behind. We're getting near the final steps, and I think that's kind of critical.
OC Transpo says this weekend's performance test is the second of 4 milestones that must be successfully achieved to start the trial runs before they can actually launch service on the East Extension. More than 4,000 transit users have been fined for not paying to ride the bus or train as OC Transpo continues to crack down on fare evasion. A new report shows 4,059 tickets were handed out between January and August of this year. That resulted in $1 million in fines. There are now 12 fare enforcement officers working on buses and the LRT.
We now know the 5 players who were at the center of the Hockey Canada sexual assault trial will be able to return to the NHL later this year. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Fermenton, and Carter Hart were acquitted in July of sexual assault charges stemming from an incident in 2018. Their suspensions from the league will end on December 1st. However, they will be able to sign with NHL teams as early as October 15th and can begin conditioning with a team as of November 15th.
The FBI is now offering a $100,000 reward for information that could lead to the arrest of the person responsible for killing Charlie Kirk.
We've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah.
So far, the FBI says that they've received more than 7,000 tips. Officials have also released images of what the FBI is calling a person of interest seen at the event at Utah Valley University. They say they've tracked his movements on campus through stairwells and onto a roof. Police say that they have also recovered what they believe was the gun used in the shooting. Police have also released 2 persons of interest who were detained shortly after the incident. Charlie Kirk's body was flown Thursday from Utah to Phoenix on Air Force 2, accompanied by Kirk's wife, Erica, along with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. President Donald Trump has said he will be awarding Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
An Ottawa councillor wants to reverse the return to office mandate for municipal public servants. Jeff Leeper says he will put forward a motion at the next council meeting, which, if passed, would direct the city manager to rescind the plan to end remote work. He says there has been little evidence that productivity has diminished while employees work from home. The majority of city employees are already working in the office 5 days a week. Canadian shoppers now have the opportunity to access their share of a $500 million settlement related to industry-wide allegations of price fixing on bread. The settlement involves Loblaw and parent company George Weston Limited. The claims process to get compensation is now open. Eligible Canadian residents who bought bread between 2001 and 2021 must submit a claim by December 12th of this year. Customers who didn't take a $25 Loblaw's gift card related to this case in 2018 could eventually receive up to that amount.
Steven Spielberg is giving a thumbs up to a new exhibit celebrating Jaws.
I'm just so proud of the work they've done. What they put together here, this exhibition is just awesome. Every room, you know, has the minutia of how this picture got together and proves that this motion picture industry is really, truly a collaborative art form.
So cool. In honor of the film's 50th, yes, that's right, 50th anniversary, the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures is opening Jaws, the exhibition. Spielberg says the exhibit takes him back 51 years ago to Martha's Vineyard when he was shooting the famous film.
It was more than 200 original objects from the movie. Many of them have never been on public display before. It's going to open until next July.
Wow, lots of time to go check it out.
I would absolutely love to go see that. Obsessed with the movie, obsessed with sharks, afraid of them, but I find them really cool, and that movie is just amazing.
Yeah, it made everybody afraid to go in the water, and sharks are not truly usually that aggressive, but we just all figure, oh no, we think Jaws, right?
Oh,
that movie is so iconic.
And you know what, if you've, I've watched it somewhat recently too, if you look at the shark, way back then, to make it feel so real, I still feel like it's one of the best sharks ever to make it how realistic it looked. It's amazing.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
So I know we're talking sharks, but is it a good day to get in the water with no sharks? Of course. No
yes, please.
Yeah, no shark water. You know what? If you're brave enough, the water's probably cold, but you know what? At least the air and the warm temperatures today will make up for it. So maybe a little refreshing dip outside today on the horizon for us.
You know I'm in.
Yes, exactly. Maybe you like those colder, well, you do polar plunges. So
that's right.
You don't mind the water this time of the year. 10 degrees, so we have warmed up. We're into the double digits. It's still single digits for Kemptville and throughout most of the region today. Same with Brockville, still a little cooler, and Cornwall, but you can see along Kingston also warming up this hour. Same with the Valley, currently sitting at 7 degrees in Pembroke, 6 in Petawawa, 9 right now if you are in Gatineau. Nice clear skies if you are just waking up. We're going to see lots of sunshine throughout your day ahead. It's tonight that we're going to start to see an increase of cloudiness, so enjoy the sunshine this afternoon. We won't see a lot of it tomorrow, but still some sunny breaks into your Saturday afternoon. This is tomorrow morning, early in the morning. So you can see by noon hour, these clouds will begin to shift through. So we will definitely see some sunshine late in the afternoon, but we could also see these spotty showers. You can see these little blobs of green popping up. Those are some scattered showers in the forecast, but not a complete wash. So we won't have to worry about it being a completely rainy day tomorrow. Just a few scattered showers here and there. As for your high today, 22. So beautiful day ahead. Very, very light winds this afternoon as well. 10 is the overnight low. 22 is also the high for tomorrow. So temps above seasonal today and the next 6 days after. As we head into Sunday, that's when the beautiful weather really begins. 25 is your daytime high, mainly sunny skies, and you can see temps next week in the mid-high 20s as well. And even those overnight lows will stay quite warm, which means our mornings won't be so crisp. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and nothing major to report. Traffic in Ottawa is actually moving fairly decent this hour. The good news is we are collision free. Will.
All right, well, it's Friday, and that means we got some new movies to watch in theaters as well as at home. Matt Demers, Mr. Hollywood, is here for his picks and what you can check out this weekend. Happy Friday, my friend.
Yes, happy Friday, Will. And I would say prep your running shoes, do the stretches, because our first movie, get ready for this, it's The Long Walk.
I'm not going to go through the whole rule book, but it boils down to this. If you fall below the speed of 3 miles per hour, you get your ticket. 'Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to win?
All right, I'm intrigued. Tell me a little bit more about this one.
Okay, Will, get ready. The premise here, simple. Walk or die. In this movie, it's based on, yeah, I know. Very, very gruesome stuff. Stephen King. This is a Stephen King book. And it's set in the future, dystopian future, of course. A group of teenagers enter this competition where you have to walk. The last one standing gets great prizes, lots of riches. But everyone else, you stop walking, there's rules they need to follow. You get off the path, and you get eliminated.
Oh my!
Literally eliminated. Yeah.
Well, you said Stephen King, right?
Yeah.
So you know there's always some of those psychological kind of twists in there.
Absolutely. What I liked here is there's a human bent to it. You really get connected to these characters, but it does get gruesome.
Okay, so just as a heads up, if you're gonna be headed into that one, expect some little bit of chaos, stuff like that.
Of course, lots of chaos. Yeah.
All right, what do you got for us on number 2?
Something different. It's Downton Abbey, the grand finale.
It's hard to accept that it's time to go. Your friendship has never been more important to all of us. But the future of Downton Abbey is now in Mary's hands.
He will be a sensation.
Very different vibe with this one.
That's right, but you know what? It's very frothy and wistful and enjoyable. It's a nice little conclusion. They're calling it the finale of this distinguished kind of franchise that follows this family, these people that own the Downton Abbey house, and we learn where these characters end up at the end. What I like here, Will, is the production design, the costumes, the period pieces. It's a French kiss, a chef's kiss, I should say, when it comes to all that.
Yeah, well, when you watch that, it makes you feel like it's back in those times too. Like with the costume design is so important in movies like that.
And the screening I was at, people walked in dressed. It's like an event for a lot of people. They love them some Downton Abbey.
Yeah, well, it's funny. It's just like when the Barbie movie, you saw people like dressing up in pink and as different Barbies and Kens, and now that's kind of like continued on.
Yeah, I encourage it.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Spinal Tap number 2.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the site of Spinal Tap's reunion concert. Why New Orleans?
There was a cancellation.
Who was supposed to be there?
An evening with Stormy Daniels.
Oh.
Obviously, there'll be the regular merch.
Yes.
All right, what do we got with this one? And numero 2.
Okay, a mockumentary that's following up on the 1984 classic. This is Spinal Tap, so we're following the characters all these years later. What you could expect, the same silly fun, you know, and they've aged, but the jokes are still fresh. And, you know, Rob Reiner's back directing. They brought back the original crew. I had a great laugh. I love me a good mockumentary. It's a documentary, but it's not real. But I love when they do that.
That's always really fun, too, right? And if you want to continue down that path, you've got 5 from that list that you want us to check out.
Like I said, I do love me a good mockumentary. So here you go. Here are my top ones. They're not real documentaries, but FUBAR. This is a great Canadian one you can catch following these kind of rockers, maybe aimless in their own way. Best in Show. Catch that on Crave. Christopher Guest. No one did a mockumentary better than him. Popstar never stopping.
That's a tongue twister.
That's right. Andy Samberg. You know that it's going to be funny. He's a pop star in that one. Borat. Need I say more?
No, I think that's it.
Need I say more?
The amount of impersonations, too, that came from Borat amongst family and friends was, that took over the world.
Absolutely. And then, of course, my favorite is actually the original Spinal Tap that I mentioned from 1984. You catch that on Amazon.
That's a good list you got there.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I wasn't here last week when you talked about The Conjuring. I'm a huge horror fan. What were your thoughts? Did you enjoy it or did you not?
No, I really enjoyed it. Okay. Yeah, it's another finale, but another one that'll make you hide under the covers a little tightly.
Yeah, that one's another warning, but I thought it was very good. Like, you're crushing these picks lately, my friend, I have to say.
It's good times at the movies.
We always appreciate your time and giving us some Friday ideas. Thanks, Mr. Hollywood.
Thanks, Will.
Well, coming up on CTV Morning Live, Zoe Alexander from Les Moulins Lafayette is standing by in our CTV Live Delorier kitchen. Ottawa foodies, you don't want to miss what we have in store. Look at all the colors. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Oh, our crew on the floor is excited. Hands up all around. Happy Friday, everybody. We'll be right back.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Kicking it off with a hot one today. It's the 5th annual Ottawa Hot Sauce Expo called Heating Up the Capital. Challenge your taste buds to the hottest sauces you can find tomorrow in the Valley at Smoky Ridge Vineyard. This also features food and drink vendors to help you cool down, or if you want to stock up on a sauce you really liked. Admission starts at just $13.50 and tickets are available online or at the door. Next up, also happening tomorrow, a taste of Manotick. Take a little trip out of the capital to explore the wide variety of local businesses and vendors, plus try out samples, catch some live music, or even check out the dog show. This is tomorrow from 2 to 6, and admission is free. Sounds like a lot of fun for a girls' trip, maybe. And finally today is the 55+ Lifestyle Show at the EY Center. 2 days of prizes, samples, and exhibitors who are ready to help you have fun and make the most of your future. Loads of vendors on site as well, and live entertainment both days too. Admission is free. Lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check out ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, apple and pumpkin spice season is in full swing at Les Moulins Lafayette in Hintonburg, and we are so lucky because Zoe Alexander is here. She is the kitchen lead. And oh my goodness, you have outdone yourself. This spread is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
It smells so decadent as well. It must be exciting when you know like apple season and pumpkin spice season is here.
Definitely feels cozy.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cozy. That's the great word for it. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Les Moulins Lafayette.
We're just a bakery in Hintonburg on Wellington Street, corner of Irving. What else do you need to know?
Yeah, what kind of offerings do you have?
So we're focusing on our apple and pumpkin sort of stuff today.
Okay. So tell us about some of the breads you have.
Some of the breads. This is my favorite. It's pumpkin bread. It's made with real pumpkin.
Oh my goodness.
And then it's got pumpkin seeds and a little bit of pumpkin spice in it as well. Got an apple brioche. And a big country bread that's great for gatherings and sharing.
Oh my goodness, so this is a country bread. So this is something that's not seasonal, I would imagine. You kind of have it most of the time?
Yeah, just good for like, you know, when you're gathering like family events and stuff.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Thanksgiving is around the corner.
That's right.
That's a great option.
Perfect for that.
Okay, let's move on to some of the sweeter things.
That's what we want.
Oh, yes.
So we've got apple cinnamon Danish. I've got, that's apple cinnamon Danish right there.
Yeah.
Apple cinnamon muffins. I've got a apple Napoleon.
Apple Napoleon. Okay, so tell me what's in there because I'm seeing lots of layers.
Yeah, so you got your apple spiced base,
okay,
so chantilly cream, and then a bit of icing and cinnamon on top, with all those flaky pastry layers, of course.
Oh my goodness, is it kind of like a millefeuille?
A bit like a millefeuille, but apple.
I love it.
Why
I
not?
love it. Okay, I'm seeing a cold beverage over here.
Okay, well we did do a cold beverage because it's not quite cozy season yet.
It's pretty
Summer's
hot
still
out
sticking around
next week.
but
yes.
it's just an iced pumpkin spice latte.
An iced pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
That looks absolutely decadent. Okay, so does this here. Please tell me the
raspberry
details on
pie.
this. Apple raspberry pie. And is there like a glaze over
Of
top?
course, just to give it a little extra sweetness.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. Wow.
We got pumpkin muffins because everyone loves a pumpkin.
And pumpkin is so healthy, right?
It is,
It's so
right.
good for you. It's super high in fiber. I think it's one of those healthier
vegetable, right?
cozy
So you don't have to feel
options.
bad about eating muffins.
No,
It's
absolutely. Okay, let's move on to this beautiful tray.
This is just our classic Danishes. We've got cinnamon, chocolate Swiss, apricot, raspberry queen of mine. They're a fun favorite. That's just some of our apple bread slice, so you can see what's inside.
Okay, and then you have some more savory menu items as well.
So for lunch, if you're feeling a bit hungry, we've got all our sandwiches made in-house. This is a barbecue tofu. And over here, I've got a beef up the jam with a house-made tomato relish.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't even know which one to dig into first. Do you have a favorite in terms of what's here?
My
or is it kind
favorite
of all?
is the pumpkin bread. Like I would eat this all day, every day if I
And
could.
do you eat it like fresh out of the oven, or do you add butter on it, or like just
I
whatever?
like it just plain with butter.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, yeah.
And do you toast it or do you leave it bread?
Just fresh.
Oh,
fresh
my
out the
goodness.
oven.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm sure there's people at home watching thinking, okay, I need to order something for Thanksgiving, or maybe they have a birthday party. Can
That's
people
right.
do that?
Just call us. We will sort it out for you, take an order and set it aside. We will have pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving, so get on the pre-order for them.
Okay, and we have lots of other menu options as well. We're looking at some beautiful photos. I saw some drinks and some sandwiches. Are you open if people want to come and dine and have a little snack aside?
Of course.
Yeah?
Always open 8 till 3,
Okay.
4 on the weekends.
Amazing. Okay, I have my sweet tooth lingering over here. I'm sure you've seen our friend, co-host Will, who, since I can't eat gluten, has decided to do the tough task of taste testing something today. I don't know, it's pretty hard to pick because everything looks so good. What really caught your eye?
Unfortunately, like everything. Like, I would love if we could extend this segment out for maybe another couple of minutes where I get a bit of everything.
Taste something like a little bite of everything.
Like, I mean, this was
the milk. Like it's like an apple millefeuille, but it tastes like apple crisp. Like
I feel like I gotta dive into that, but I can also have the cinnamon bun. Maybe I do a little bit of both.
I think you do. Okay, let's taste test. We're gonna have a little taste tester here, Zoe.
Okay, let's go with this guy first.
Oh, look at that, nice and flaky. Oh yeah.
We gotta get the icing on it.
The cinnamon, and you make these every day fresh.
Every day.
Yep. Every day.
Every day fresh in the morning.
We like to call it dark and early.
Yep, that's right.
I'm such a sucker for a good cinnamon bun. Oh
How is that?
Goodness.
Delish.
It's so good and it's so fresh.
Oh.
That's the biggest difference when you get stuff like this, like from somewhere where you work, is you can taste like the freshness in the cinnamon bun, which takes it to that 8 out of 10 to a 15.
Okay, I'm gonna live vicariously through you. Are you gonna go in for this one now?
Now, how do I eat this?
And what do we call this one?
Pumpkins, apples. It's
pumpkins, apples, right? Tomatoes, tomatoes.
That's right. Apple Napoleon.
Apple Napoleon, and how is that?
That one's a messy one.
It's got juicing out. It's so good.
Oh my goodness, it's oozing out. It's so tasty. Okay, and really quickly, Zoe, where can people find you to taste all these beautiful desserts you brought in today?
1000 Wellington in Hintonburg.
Hintonburg. 1000 Wellington in Hintonburg is where you can find them. Thank you so much for joining us today and bringing us these beautiful decadent desserts.
I'll tell you
Final
one
thoughts?
thing. Go there, because you're not coming here to 87 George, because this is mine. This is all mine today.
Everything will be gone in a matter of moments, let me tell you. Look at that. Apple. I forget. Napoleon. Apple Napoleon. And if you have an idea for us in our daily dish, please let us know. You could reach us, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. Rosie.
Thank you, Melissa. Director Sarah Hearn and actor Ian Stauffer are here to talk about Ottawa Little Theatre's upcoming show, Jonas and Barry in the Home. This delightful comedy about life in a retirement home is not to be missed. Good morning to you both, Sarah and Ian. Good morning. We were just laughing a bit because there are so many stories that can be told at seniors' homes, and here is one right here. Can you describe the setup for this this play?
I don't know. Basically, it's about Barry, who's he's actually young to be in a retirement home. So, but his daughter has moved him in here because his family has a history of heart disease, and she wants to keep him under her eye.
Okay.
And he's glooming around the place because A, he doesn't want to be there, and B, he has things in his past that are making him very depressed. He feels like he's ruined his own life. He's, you know, so he's glooming around, and then onto the scene comes Jonas, who's this ex-actor who's written this fantastic song. 37 years ago, he wrote this song, and it became this mega hit. So he has all this money, but he doesn't want to live on his own anymore, and that's Ian is playing that part.
Oh my gosh!
And he's basically trying to lift Barry out of what he calls the abyss.
Okay, so Ian, talk about your character Jonas, and talk about the rehearsal process and putting it all together, working with your director right here.
Yeah. So as Sarah says, Jonas is quite a bit different from Barry.
Yeah.
You know, so he's there to energize him and try to make him live again because he's sunk into the abyss. So the rehearsal process, we are at it full bore now, pretty well every night.
Okay.
But before that, we start off 3 days a week, then we go to 4 days a week, and then basically we're doing it as much as we can. So we open on the 24th. So Jonas is a great character. He's completely different from Barry in the sense that he wants to live as long as he can, you know, and really enjoy life and try to bring Barry along because Barry is his project.
So exactly. Right? You work on something to do, and it's like he focuses all his energy on this project.
That's right.
There you go. Okay, so Sarah, talk about this. I know that the cast is fairly small. So how do you take that small cast and turn it into this hustling, bustling seniors home?
Well, so the cast is 3.
Okay.
And those are the only 3 people who ever actually step onto the stage. But my set designer, Dave McGladry, has built as part of the set. So the whole play takes place on the back patio of this retirement home. But he's built this set where it's basically a corridor that runs from one side of the stage to the other, enclosed within the building. And what I decided to do, it's not written to the script, but I thought, it's going to look like these are the only 3 people living here. I want to make it look like there's more people. So I went out there and I posted on Facebook and I said, who wants to be a senior in a retirement home? And I got, what do we have, probably 10 or 12 OLT seniors who put their hands up and said, some of them said, this may be my last chance to be on stage. This may, you know, but some of them just want to, you know, chase a man down the corridor or you know, walk by with some golf clubs over their shoulders or whatever it is. And so I've made them part of the scenescape, as it were, of the retirement home. So it looks like there are people coming and going and doing various things.
Fantastic.
They never step onto the stage, but they populate the building.
That is wonderful that you got that. You got that response, and there they are.
I know, I was amazed.
They get to hang around Ian and go in the background there. Thank you so much. Listen, we're looking forward to this. The play Ottawa Little Theatre's latest production, Jonas and Barry in the Home. Loving it. Thank you both for stopping by, Ian and Sarah. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
And break a leg.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. All right, we're taking a quick look outside. Look at that gorgeous sunshine. It is 8:30. You're watching CTV Morning Live. We're in for a beautiful Friday weather-wise. Stick around. Still more to come on the show.
Here's a look at your forecast. Over the next 12 hours, we have lots of sunshine on the way, mainly sunny skies into your afternoon on this Friday, and a high of 22 degrees today, so temperatures above seasonal.
Dozens of people are suing the Spa Nordique in Chelsea, Quebec, alleging they were sexually assaulted during a spa services, the popular attraction near the capital. Now, we're going to check in right now with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA to hear what he has to say about this. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning, Rosie. As an athlete, you must have had 1,000 massages in your life, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You ever feel uncomfortable?
I'm trying to think of it. No.
Because I felt uncomfortable even in a massage. And I'm surprised that we haven't already seen changes in this area, because how many other times do you have two people who are strangers alone in a room with so much potential for something to be either misinterpreted or something that actually happened? Oftentimes you're not wearing any clothes underneath a blanket, sometimes very little clothing underneath a blanket. The nature of what's happening in the room requires physical touching, and physical touching that can get very close to private parts. Everybody's perception of where the private part begins or ends, you know, how deep into the thigh or the hip could you massage before someone starts to feel it's a little too intimate. And some of these allegations are pretty clear where, okay, that definitely should not happen in a massage if true. But I do think there's a lot of gray area as well. And I wonder if going forward, we're going to see a point where it's going to be very difficult to have a massage alone in a room with a perfect stranger. I had one, it's probably 15 years ago. I had some back problems. My wife booked it for me and said, surprise, go there in an hour. I've already got it all set up. She'd been at the spa for something else. And I got there, and this very small woman, she was 5 feet tall, maybe 90 pounds. In order to get any pressure, she would actually climb up. You're lying on your face. She would actually climb up, both legs straddling me, sitting on my back to perform the massage. And I thought, you know, you're looking down, and I don't see her feet anymore. I think I feel her on top of me with her entire weight. It was very bizarre. And the massage ended with her massaging my neck and shushing me like you would a baby. It was the strangest thing. I came home and said to my wife, the weirdest massage I've ever had. And I felt uncomfortable. I never felt in danger, though, because she weighed 90 pounds and I could have defended myself. That's not always the case. Sometimes you're in a room with someone who's much bigger and stronger, it could overpower you, or things happen so fast, you're kind of freaked out. You're sort of imagining or think you're imagining what's going on here. So yeah, this could be something that changes the way massages are performed all across the country. It'll be very interesting to watch how these allegations unfold.
Yeah, it's an extremely intimate setting, and like you said, I'm in agreement with that. I think that we're probably going to start to see some changes, especially with that many people coming forward saying that they felt that they were sexually assaulted during a massage at the spa. We'll have to see what happens.
There are some examinations now the doctors won't do without a third person in the room to just be there to witness it. But so, I mean, that's as far as I've heard, that happens routinely in a gynecologist's office, that there's someone else in the room. That someone else in the room could also make you feel uncomfortable depending on who you are. So, yeah, it's a very touchy area, pun intended.
Pun intended. Bill, have yourself a great weekend and a great show.
You too.
You can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFR8 weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
We do have some breaking news to bring you this morning. Just came into our newsroom moments ago. U.S. President Donald Trump says that the suspect in the Charlie Kirk killing has been captured. Moments ago, Trump announced in a live interview on Fox News Channel, with a high degree of certainty, we have him. Kirk was killed by a single shot Wednesday in what police said was a targeted attack at Utah's governor called a political assassination. Kirk co-founded the nonprofit political organization Turning Point USA and was a close ally of Trump. We'll continue to follow this story both here on the newscast as well as online at ctvnewsottawa.ca for updates. Melissa, we'll send things back over to you for now.
The annual Go 21 Walk for Down Syndrome Awareness and Fundraising takes place next Saturday. The walk will support the Down Syndrome Association of the National Capital Region, a volunteer-run organization that supports folks who live with the exceptionality. That includes people like Brennan White and his family. And Brennan joins me this morning along with his parents, Charlene and Terry. Good morning to you all.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're all so excited to have you here today. Charlene, we'll start with you. Can you just tell us a bit about this fundraiser and this walk that is taking place?
Well, the Go 21 Walk for Down Syndrome happens every year around September. It's our only fundraiser for the year. It's a really important fundraiser because as a charitable organization, we depend upon this to help us subsidize all of the events that we organize throughout the year and the subsidizations we do for families in our organization for many different reasons during the year. We wear
I love these shirts. They're great. Yes.
Keep calm. It's just an extra chromosome, and that's because Down syndrome is called trisomy 21. So this reminds us that the 21st chromosome divides in 3 instead of 2, and it's an advocacy piece because people ask, what does that mean? And we get a chance to
ask questions.
Yeah,
give a little bit of information.
Absolutely. And Terry, what does it mean to you to see so many people come out for this fundraiser and this walk?
It's so important to us because it's a great way for all their families to get together, great networking for them, and you actually get to learn from each other because you have children from all different ages, and even though he's 23, he's still a kid to us.
Yeah.
So you learn all the different steps, and you learn from people beforehand what's happening, so it's really great for networking and getting everyone together as social part and get the year going, which is great.
And Brennan, what do you like to do on a regular day during the school week?
I am in an ad program that's in a Dawson College.
Yeah.
And how do you get there every day?
I did a city bus.
Wow.
Every morning.
And then you also don't forget your work.
I also work. I work in North Wales.
Okay.
North Wales is on Maryville. I 3 shifts. I 3 shifts a week.
Yeah. A couple times a week. And how do you feel knowing that the ad program at Algonquin may close next year, or will close next year?
I feel disappointed and upset. I'll be there. It's supposed to be 4 years. I'm starting my 3rd year.
Do you love learning?
I love to learn a lot.
And you always talk about your great
teachers.
Oh, and you must have a lot of friends, too.
Yes, I do.
Yes. And what does it mean to you as a parent to know that this ad program will be closing at Algonquin?
Well, we feel extremely well, devastated.
Yeah.
We can't put it any lighter than that, because this affects not only many of our Down syndrome members who attend this program, did attend the program, or were planning to attend the program, but also students with learning exceptionalities across the Ottawa region, because the program has been going for almost 30 years, and there's always a huge wait list, and up to 80 students register a year. So it's certainly an extremely needed program where you continue to learn your basic math, English, job search, life skills. So it is extremely needed. There is certainly no lack of attendance there. It's so we are, continuing to advocate for change, that we can continue on with this very important program.
Yeah. Do you feel a little blindsided to learn that this program was just going to be closed?
We certainly were. It is, our son loves it. Everyone who attends loves it. It's an important piece for also the networking, as well as the continued post-secondary learning, where everyone, of course, has the right to continue their learning and to continue to develop their, job skills and life skills to be a better functioning member of society in all ways. And we depend upon this program.
And Terry, really quickly, where can people go to join the walk or to help
They can go to Canada Helps, and then look up DSA, NCR, Go 21 Walk. You can donate on that page there to help pledge. And as we were saying before, this is our only fundraiser of the year. It's very important that we raise, and our goal is always to raise $21,000. Again, going along with the 21st chromosome.
Yeah.
And you can come that day to Andrew William Park and participate and see what a great organization we have. And there's even free popcorn for you.
I love that. And it's next Saturday, September 20th.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate it.
We thank you again for having us.
And thank you for coming on, Brendan, as well.
Oh, you're welcome.
Rosie.
Thank you, Melissa. Something fresh is brewing in the West End. The first ever Kanata Craft Beer Festival is coming September 19th and the 20th. And I've got Rock Strasberg here to talk about the first ever Beer Festival in Kanata and about Pistols Brewery. Good morning to you. Good morning. It's great to have you on.
It's great to be here.
So let's talk about Pistols Brewery first off.
For sure.
Where you're located and what's going on there.
Of course, yeah. So we have Pistols Brewery as well as SFR Distillery.
Okay.
Both are located in the heart of Kanata. So we're on Silver 7 Road, just a stone's throw from the Canadian Tire Centre. Our aim is to just make high quality products, locally sourced, small craft distiller, small craft brewer, but really create an experience. So what makes it unique is that both spaces are side by side.
That's cool.
And it's opened up in the middle. So you can come in,
there you go.
You can have beer, watch TV, cheer on the Sens, drink away your sorrows if they're losing, who knows, or have a craft cocktail. We're really trying to create these experiences. We're releasing a legendary club, which will have how it's made. We're going to have limited release whiskey. And if you're a fan of horse riding, we also have an equestrian club out in North Gore.
No way,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
There's a lot going on here. So
doing
talk
a lot,
about this first ever Kanata Beer Festival. How did that come about?
Of course. So the wonderful team over at the Orleans Craft Beer Festival has been doing it for 7 years now. And it's been super successful.
Good.
I know as a producer, I love it. As a patron, I've gone many times. It's awesome.
What's the vibe going to be like there?
The vibe is great. It really captures that large festival vibe, music, vendors, food, but it creates this kind of really honed in local atmosphere, which gives you that intimate setting to talk with your producers. On the other end, it gives us the opportunity to talk with potential lifelong friends, potential clients. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really great.
Okay, can I do a little sample?
Of course,
here?
yeah.
What do you have? What have you brought here?
So on the beer side, we have our big three here, as well as our cool German Pilsner, which is our seasonal release. And what we will be sampling is our Big Haas, which is a double dry hopped IPA.
Double dry IPA. This one right here from Pistols.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll see on the nose, so just for anyone who's wondering, dry hop essentially means you add the hops post-boil. So either during fermentation And what it really does is accentuates those kind of that hop profile. It adds those aromatics. So there you'll see you get that tropical fruit, that mango, and the double dry hop assumed means you do it twice.
You do it twice,
yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
You made a very happy IPA.
Oh my God.
That's the word
The
I'm going to say.
happiest.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very happy. It's dancing on my palate.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
beautiful. So on top of the craft beer festival in Kanata, you've got craft beer, but also you're going to have
Our distillery.
Our distillery? What else you
SFR
got?
distillery here. So
Yeah.
we have our other main SKUs here. So we have our premium vodka, our 3-year whiskey, as
Yep.
well as our London dry gin. So what we'll be sampling today is our 3-year whiskey.
3-year whiskey?
The mash bill, so just kind of the grain composition, is 88% corn, 10% rye, and 2% malted barley. It's aged in virgin American oak and ex-bourbon barrels. So on the nose, you'll see you get that caramel, that toffee, that vanilla
It's very
from
sweet.
the
I
oak.
can tell. It's lovely.
But when you drink it, you'll get that roundness, that sweetness, but it ends with that spice and that punch from the rye. It's kind of like smushing a bourbon and rye together.
This is delightful.
Amazing.
This is
Yeah.
really delightful. You don't even need much, just a
Yeah,
touch.
yeah.
And it's so delightful.
The perfect
Happy,
8 a.m. whiskey.
Happy IPA,
Yeah, yeah.
delightful whiskey. This is so
Amazing.
great. Rob,
Yeah.
thank you so much. If folks want tickets to the Kanata Craft Beer Festival, how can they get those tickets?
For sure.
Yeah.
You can get them at kanatacraftbeerfest.ca.
Okay.
And one thing I will say, if you're like me and you don't purchase anything without knowing the weather,
Yes.
the rain, hot, too cold, there's tents everywhere there.
Don't worry, right?
Yeah.
Rain or shine,
You're good
it's
to go.
gonna
Rain or
happen.
shine, you're safe.
Rock, thank you so much for stopping by. It's going to
Thank
be a
you
great
so much.
event. Really appreciate
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
All right. We're taking a quick look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It's going to be a gorgeous day. CTV Morning Live will be right back.
This is your United Way Minute.
Sewing for Jobs is an incredibly unique program. It really offers a safe, supportive space for women from a diversity of backgrounds to come together, learn a new skill that really builds their confidence, as well as create friendships and networks with each other.
There were a lot of ladies that are single mothers. So the ladies say, I cannot leave my kids, I don't know people, and I don't know this country. When you enter in Equitable, you can feel how you get inspired, how you can get empowered.
United Way has been a really incredible partner for us. There's always an open door, an open channel of communication to let them know if we're experiencing any issues or challenges, and they're always there to support us through those.
I feel confident, I will say. I feel confident in many ways.
Help newcomers gain new skills and the confidence to thrive in our communities. Donate today at unitedwayeo.ca or call 613-228-6700.
Welcome back, everybody. We do have breaking news to bring you this morning. U.S. President Donald Trump says that the suspect in the Charlie Kirk killing has been captured.
Yeah. Can I always say, I think, just to protect us all, and so Fox doesn't get sued, and we all don't get sued, and everything else. But I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody, right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor, everybody did a great job.
That was moments ago where Trump made the announcement in a live interview on Fox News Channel. Kirk was killed by a single shot Wednesday in what police said was a targeted attack, and Utah's governor has called it a political assassination. Kirk co-founded the nonprofit political organization Turning Point USA and was a close ally of Trump. We'll have more on this on ctvnewsottawa.ca as the story continues to develop.
Yeah, that is quite the development, and right now we're waiting to get confirmation on that. But I think that folks in Minnesota and beyond can feel a little bit more relieved. There's no doubt about that, and Utah as well. So that is such a tragic event that happened on Wednesday. But now it looks like we're moving toward the capture of the individual, possibly, and a little bit of relief in a way with that news coming out there. So that is a little bit of good news. Why don't we shift gears a little bit here, because we are talking Friday, we are looking at the weekend, Melissa, and we always look to you for some bright sunshine.
Yes, you know what? Well, I can deliver that for today. We have lots of sunshine on the way, a hot 122, and then as you look in the weekend tomorrow, a mixture of clouds, some sunshine, but temps will be warm and above seasonal today right through to next week. Next week, temps climbing to highs of 20 27, 26, 27. So even slightly warmer next week than this week, which puts a smile on your face for sure.
That does. It really does.
We'll always take that when we can, especially this time of year when the temperatures get a little bit warmer. Then next week, close to 30s. But, you know, Rosie, next week isn't the only thing heating up. We might have a couple of surprises for you next week.
We are very excited to bring you something quite exciting. So you've got to tune in on Monday morning.
Yes.
We're all in on it here. Tune in Monday morning. We've been hard at work to bring you something really special, beginning on Monday at 6 a.m. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be very special. We're so glad that you can tune in and watch our show on this Friday. It's always great to have you in here with us. Take care of yourself, your family, and enjoy the gorgeous weekend that Melissa is bringing you.
Exactly.
Yeah, we thank you because it's not just this weekend, but all week, all next week.
Long.
You get the credit, and all the tech crew behind the scenes, they get the credit too.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here Monday morning, bright and early.